At Autoworld here in Brussels, Belgium. Situated in Parc du Conteneur, the Autoworld boasts over 300 vehicles ranging from cars, trucks to motorcycles are on permanent display. From the earliest models of the distant past to contemporary cars that prefigure the automobile of tomorrow, visitors are guided through the motorcar's history dating as far back as 1896. Currently on display is the Corvette, which celebrates its 70th anniversary this year. It was in 1953 the first real American sports car was born. With its fiberglass body, it was quite astonishing for a production car. Since then, 8 generations of Corvettes have come and gone until the C8 was revealed last year. And on exhibition today are the original Corvettes from the inception of the design and then the evolution of the vehicle right up until the present day with the C8. Then right beside that on permanent display is the Lotus Esprit from the 007 movie for your eyes only. Then representing the 1950s to the 1960s, we have a very rare Ferrari F250 GT and then a Renault R4 CV of 1951. Thereafter, the Lincoln Continental of 1951, or it could be called the JFK. We have a few vehicles from the period of 1900, starting with a Hispano Suisse of 1936. And thereafter, we move on to a BSA motorcycle from 1918 and a Bentley Boattail from 1924. Then we move on to a very rare selection of Bugattis, the first being the Bugatti Type 23 of 1923 in incredible preserved condition. And thereafter we move on to the next vehicle right next door to the 23, which is the Bugatti 44 of 1928. Then moving just a little bit further along, we have another rare Bugatti, which is the Bugatti 49 of 1930. Then the BMW 326-4D of 1940. And then we have the Mercedes-Benz 370S of 1933. The 370S was called the Mannerheim, was only in production for 2 years, from February 31 to February 33. Only 195 chassis were manufactured, and it was called the little brother, in other words, the little brother to the SSK. And thereafter we have a selection of FN motorcycles or Fabrique Nationale, Belgian produced, and they were mainly produced for the military and primarily designed for carrying a sidecar for military use between 1937 and 1940. Then moving on to World War II military vehicles, we have a Citroën C4 and a Land Rover short wheelbase. Then we move up onto the mezzanine level and we see an Alfa Romeo Montreal, which was produced from 1970 to 1977 and designed by Marcello Gandini. A Jaguar E-Type Series 3 of 1971, and thereafter we have the Audi R8, which was produced from 2006 to the present, and this vehicle was based on the Lamborghini Gallardo and then after the Huracan. Then a beautiful example of a Porsche 912 of 1966. This model was to bridge the gap between the 356, which was still being produced at this time, and the 911. Then we have the Italdesign Aztec of 1988, which was produced by Italdesign for its 20th anniversary celebration at the Turin Motor Show. The Lancia concept car called the Hyena of 1988. The Lexus hybrid model dubbed the LC500H and revealed at the Geneva Motor Show of 2016. Then we move on to the racing category with the Renault F1 from 2006 and then on to a beautifully preserved Jaguar D-Type of 1957 and then various racing vehicles of the 21st century. Then we move on to the production car race category with a Renault M63 of 1962, and then a beautifully preserved BMW 3-liter CSL of 1973, and then the very famous Widowmaker, the Porsche GT2 RSR of 2006. Not yet done with production sports cars, we have last but not least the Ford Capri 2.6 of 1973. Then in the workshop area, we have the legendary Porsche 550 Spider, which is well known to all as the James Dean Porsche. Then another racing legend, the Porsche 911 2-liter Cup of 1965. And then right next door, we have another Porsche, a very rare Porsche 924 Carrera GT of 1980, and then a Talbot Matra Morena of 1981. Then another unique Porsche, and that was the Porsche 911 SC Targa belonging to the Belgian Highway Police in 1976. Then we move on to another workshop car, and that is the Pegaso Z102, a Spanish sports car which produced 1951 to 1958. And then we have the Lamborghini Espada 1975, and that was produced in 3 different versions: the S1 from 68 to 70, the S2 1970 to 1972, and then the S3 was produced from 72 to 78. A very successful 4-seater sports car produced by Lamborghini with the V12 power plant. Then a very rare Alfa Romeo Giulietta, which belonged to the Italian military police in 1973. And then we move on to the Mercedes-Benz W113, or the 280 SL 2-seater roadster, launched in the 1963 Geneva Motor Show and replaced the 300 SL and the 190 SL. So there you go, that was a brief snapshot of Autoworld here in Brussels and Belgium. And if you liked our video, don't forget to give us the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.